Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your April 2022 general readings. We're looking at the first 2 weeks of April, and this reading is for the air sign of Gemini, our twins. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Thanks for taking the time to be here to watch these videos, for all your likes, your shares, your subscribing, donations, feedback, comments. Those of you who reach out for personal readings, always a note of gratitude. Thank you. Okay, Gemini. This reading is for you for the first 2 weeks of April 2022. That's if your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign is in Gemini. It's also relevant if you're cross-watching for a Gemini. It's going to resonate a little differently for everyone, of course. It's a general reading. So watch all of your signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, for any additional insight and perspective it might provide. And if you find that something does resonate with you and you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, take a deeper look at something, for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you. I do offer a wide variety of readings in all areas of life, and I can usually respond the same day with more information. You can also get that contact info by clicking on the description link, the arrow attached to this video. So feel free to message me if you're interested. Okay, Gemini, let's see what the first 2 weeks of April look like for you. I'm using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with the Gilded Tarot. Okay, Gemini, we begin with justice. Reap what you sow, honor, ethics, transparency, things being made equitable and fair. Could also represent a legal situation. With the Page of Wands, messages, new beginnings, starting off at the very beginning with a brand new clean slate. Might represent a child or a young person for some of you. Next we have the World, the last major arcana card in the tarot. We start first, the first major arcana card in the tarot is the Fool. He has the 0 on his card, and all the cards after the Fool are all about our journey through different significant chapters or areas, sections of our life until we get to the end. We've learned everything we need to learn. We're graduating, we're moving on, and then we start a brand new journey, a different chapter of life, full of a whole new landscape and different opportunities. So the World represents an ending of a particularly important situation or chapter or a set of chapters in your life and moving on to a new beginning. With the Ace of Swords. This is a card strongly, traditionally linked with success, clear vision, illumination, epiphany, kind of the light bulb going off over your head, everything being revealed. And in that moment, even if you don't like what the truth is or what's being revealed, you have the option of making choices and decisions to create a healthier reality for yourself. It's definitely moving on, moving upwards, moving on. It's kind of a lot of energy here about bringing something to an end so that you can have a new beginning. Some of you, that might be a literal court case coming to an end or some kind of legal situation coming to an end so that you can move forward. Feels like you're going to move forward no matter what the ending entails. But of course, we'll clarify. Next, we have the Seven of Swords. This is a card that can represent doing things in secret, undercover. It can represent like lying, theft, exploitation. But fundamentally, the Six of Swords, whom I fondly refer to as the sneaky thief card, what it really means is that there's something to be done, acquired, maintained. You know, there's a goal, there's a motive here. And in order to do that, the person does it in secret or keeps their plans to themselves because that's how they feel they can best achieve their aim. So it's doing something kind of behind the curtain. With the Seven of Swords, we have the Eight of Wands. Leaving in secret? The Eight of Wands is a card of travel, movement forward, action, activity, conversations. It's always about moving forward in a pretty assertive way. It is a traditional travel card, movement card. So this is moving forward quickly and perhaps not really telling anyone or too many people about your plans, kind of holding your cards pretty close to your chest or making plans to leave, but again, not really revealing that. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy pulled to there is The Four of Wands, happy home, celebrations, marriage, home stability. And the Seven of Wands, defending, guarding, protecting that which you have a lot invested into, holding on to a marriage, holding on to the idea of getting married, the stability of a home. It's interesting because your sister sign, Libra and Aquarius, it was kind of similar, but particularly Aquarius, this wanting to hold on to something. And here it's about defending, protecting, holding on to whatever this Four of Wands represents. The Four of Wands is one of the happy home cards. It's a card about marriage. It's a card about home and family, social events, things that include home and family. I keep getting like this focus on marriage for some of you. But not in a sense of holding on to a marriage or relationship, although it might be that for some of you. But I'm also picking up about getting married. Something about getting married. You may be facing, for some of you, the obstacle to getting married might be getting one of you getting the divorce that's needed so that you guys can marry, or waiting for something to happen legally so that you can get married. It could even be waiting for approval, like maybe if you've got a pretty strict family or cultural kind of foundation, it might be that, if your person or the other person is kind of falls outside of that. Interesting. For those of you for whom that resonates, it may be that you don't get the approval that you seek, but you end up leaving anyway. Could be for some of you that this is about an already formed, committed relationship or marriage. You're waiting to see how something plays out, but then you kind of leave. You leave anyway. I mean, you're leaving, or the two of you are leaving anyway. But there's kind of this sense of secrecy or not telling anybody about it. All right, let's clarify that overall energy of Four of Wands and Seven of Wands. Four of Swords, temporary withdrawal, feeling exhausted, needing to take better care of yourself. A temporary withdrawal from all this defending, guarding, protective energy. Gaining a new perspective. Taking a break. Tired of defending, tired of being in a defensive position, tired of feeling like you have to justify or defend yourself. Again, regardless of what that is, defend you, defend your marriage, defend your choice of mate. And it could be defending yourself in an actual legal situation too. Clarify justice. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is institutional energy. It represents a large umbrella under which everyone is kind of oriented towards the same thing. So organized religions, institutions, government, universities, hospitals. And this is clarifying justice. So this could be an actual legal situation for some of you. But this is also kind of can represent roots of origin, like cultural or family identity. Right? It can represent a body of people who are all kind of oriented in the same way, in the same direction, or there for the same purpose. The Ace of Wands, new beginnings. Lots about waiting for something to end so that you can move on here. Waiting for some final decision, waiting for some final approval in order to move forward. It could be legal, governmental, waiting for something to come from some kind of institution or institutional energy so that you can move forward. Again, whether that's traveling, if you guys are already married or in this committed thing to travel, or it could be waiting for something so that you can get married and move on with your life. Various different stories here. Clarify the Page of Wands. Messages. Being at the start of a new path. The Eight of Cups, leaving, walking away, turning your back and moving away, moving forward to find your wish fulfillment. It feels like you're waiting on something. I get this sense of waiting. And then here's where it completes here. The World and the Ace of Swords. Waiting to hear that you can go. That's what I'm getting. You can do the thing, you can go. Okay, clarify the World. The Hermit. That makes sense. The Hermit has learned a great deal. This is a card of contemplation, reflection, somebody who's gained an awful lot of wisdom from the road that they have walked, trial and error, success and failure. And they're using all that life wisdom and experience to kind of move through the path that they're on. An ending. Ace of Swords. Truth, epiphanies. Success. The Queen of Wands, fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or somebody that's manifesting like that assertive, charismatic Queen of Fire. Not you, Gemini, this is someone else. The Three of Swords, heartache, heartbreak, breakup, separation. Pull one more. The Ten of Wands, the end of a long-held burden. Might be divorce for some of you. It might be a difficult divorce situation. Again, no matter what the outcome of the justice situation is, you're waiting for something so that you can move on. And it may be that it doesn't end in exactly the way you want to, or maybe that it does, but the whole process of it coming to an end, there's some sadness there, perhaps some regret there. But there also may be a sense of knowing, because the Hermit is a pretty spiritual individual. He's got a lot of life experience, right? Of knowing that even though this is sad, bringing this thing to an end, you know that it's for the best. You know that it's for the best. Even if it's not wanted by everyone, you know it's for the best. It may be that if you're seeking approval in order to move forward with something, particularly those of you who are looking to move forward with some kind of marriage or something like that, I don't think you're going to get it, or you're going to get it in the way that you want to. Either way, I still see you moving forward, moving away. Let's clarify the Seven of Swords, secrecy. The Eight of Wands. So the Seven of Swords is already clarified by the Eight of Wands. We're re-clarifying Eight of Wands, like really leaving in secret, might be leaving quickly. The Two of Cups, soulmate, kindred spirit, best friends. The Knight of Swords, again, quick, fast movement, conversations. You could be telling people at the last minute, or telling someone at the last minute that you're moving, or you guys are moving. Some of you it's going to be solo, some of you it's going to be with someone else. Clarify the Eight of Wands. And really not telling anyone to the last minute, if even then for some of you. The Queen of Swords, there you are, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Leaving, moving away, traveling. The Knight of Wands. There is so much movement, ending, moving forward, movement, traveling. Four of Wands, marriage, happy home, stability, getting married, moving your home, moving your family. All of that energy here. Some of you, it's like you and your partner, or you and your partner, your family, moving your family away as soon as this thing finishes, or as soon as this wraps up. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. You know, what I do get, Gemini, the sense is that there's aspects of the process that feel painful or challenging. But it's a process that needs to be finished so that you can move forward in a good way towards and on a path of joy and fulfillment, which I do see you doing at the end here. So that's quite positive. Any final guidance, advice, messages from Spirit for Gemini for the first 2 weeks of April? The Tower. The Nine of Cups. I'm glad this is coming out as advice, because if it wasn't advice, this combination of cards would mean something different and something much more challenging. Unexpected events which cause things to break, to crumble right down to the ground, but it's needed. Even if it's challenging, painful, it's a necessary thing so that you can move forward and rebuild in a truly better way. So when the Tower comes up as advice, it represents just letting it all crumble down, letting what's ending end, even though it has its own challenges and pain. It's what needs to happen so that you can have exactly what you want, your wish fulfillment. The Chariot, even if it's difficult, the Chariot is success on a difficult path. It's success that comes, it's winning because you refuse to give up. Doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down, you keep getting up and staggering on, and because of that, you win. So whatever this process is, because like with most general readings, I get a variety of different stories from Spirit. Divorce, approval, legal stuff, a combination of all of those things. Waiting, seeing it play out to its end. There's some challenging and perhaps painful aspects of that for some of you. And then, boom, you're off. It's almost like you don't even tell anybody. They're like, where did so-and-so go? Where did Aquarius go? Oh, they left. They moved to whatever. Really? I didn't know that. It's kind of the energy I'm getting kind of here. Moving forward quickly and quietly with your plans at the end here. So, it feels like the process that's happening, Aquarius, is exactly what needs to be happening. So take some reassurance from that. Sorry, did I say Aquarius? I don't know why. Probably because this was so similar to Aquarius. This reading is for Gemini. So those are your messages, Gemini. Looks like this is going to be wrapping up pretty quickly for you. And even though it looks like it's been a struggle and maybe will be for another minute, you're going to be better off at the end. All right, Gemini, those are your messages for the first 2 weeks of April. I hope they were useful, gave you some food for thought or some validation. Again, if any of this resonates with you to the point that you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, take a deeper look at something for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me directly at maggie@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you. You can also get that contact info by clicking the arrow, the description link attached to this video. Thanks for being here, Gemini. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the April mid-month readings. Stay safe and well until then, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.